Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Dr. Anita Saha, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government Digvijay PG Autonomous College, Rajnandgaon, under the jurisdiction of Hemchand Yadav Vishwavidyalaya, Durg. Today in the next presentation, we are going to deal with the significance of the title of A Doll's House. The title of A Doll's House is symbolically significant of the message that Ibsen wanted to convey through this play. The doll represents Nora, the protagonist, the central character, and the house stands for Thorvald's house, where Nora lives. Going through the play, we feel that the word doll has been used in the title in an ironic manner, and the word doll signifies passivity, beauty, basic feminine nature, subservient, and something which is designed as per demand and desire. These are the qualities which seem to be obvious in Nora if we look at her from outside. For Thorvald, Nora is a child wife, an inanimate object to play with and enjoy. The word doll suits Nora if we see her in the first act from outside, though the reality is something different that we come to know later on when covering the Act 2 and we come to the end of Act 3. The reality came out to be something different. To judge the significance of the title, it is necessary to understand the relationship of Nora and Thorvald. When the play begins, Nora enters her house with some parcels that she has purchased for Christmas. And here we can see Helmer using various pet names for Nora when he calls out from his study, "Is that my little lark twittering out there?" Then in the second one he said, "Is it my little squirrel bustling about?" And at last he asked, "When did my squirrel come home?" Nora, after replying, she puts the bags of macarons into her pocket and wipes her mouth. She wipes her mouth so that Helmer would not be knowing that she was consuming macarons. And then she said very excitedly, "Come in here, Thorvald, and see what I have bought." She is seen on the stage telling innocent lies. When after this he asked Nora, when Thorvald asked Nora, "Did you eat macaron?" she said no. These were some innocent lies, in a childlike manner that she said. Thorvald does not allow her to eat macarons as it may damage her teeth. Hence, she secretly eats macarons from him, and her opinions and interests, they were also controlled by Thorvald. During 19th century, it was forbidden for a female to borrow or even work to earn money. And in Act 1, while talking, the two came to be discussing on the matter of debt and borrow. Thorvald strictly instructed her never to take loan. And at this point, she was reminded of the past events when she took a loan from Krogstad with forged signatures of her father in order to save the life of her husband. Now, thinking over this, she became sad. Thorvald misinterpreted it, and he started offering her money. Here at this point, she appears to be money hungry, and he tried to amuse her with money by saying, "Come, come, my little skylark must not droop her wings. What is this? Is my little squirrel out of temper?" And then taking out his purse, offering money to her, he said, "Nora, what do you think I have got here?" And she pretended to be very happy seeing the money, and excitedly she said, "Money." Disappointed by Thorvald's reaction in the third act and the harsh words that he used for her after he received the first letter from Krogstad detailing about the forgery that Nora has done and threatening Thorvald for the trials, Now she started pondering her own identity. She was deeply shaken by the harsh words and that harsh reaction of Thorvald after receiving that letter. She started pondering her own identity in the house and even in the world. She realized that since her childhood, she is being treated as a doll, and hence she started behaving like a doll. She used these words for the father, and she said, he called me his doll child and he played with me just as I used to play with my dolls. And when I came to live with you. Now here Thorvald was expecting something good, some good opinions about himself. He was in a wrong notion that he was treating Nora in a good manner, but he was shaken up with the response of Nora when she said, I mean that I was simply transferred from Papa's hands into yours. And finally she said, I have been your doll wife just as at home I was Papa's doll child. And here the children have been my dolls. Now we will be moving to the next symbol, that is the house. A house is a place to live in. A house is a shelter. A house is a lifeless thing. Unlike home, a home is full of life, love and care. The house seems to belong to the doll, but it was actually her cage. A house never belongs to the doll. And this house, it was possessed by Thorvald along with Nora. Nora now knows that this house is not her home, as she was just a playmate of Thorvald. She was like a pet or toy used for entertainment. When she decided to leave the house, she clears it to Thorvald. She said, listen Thorvald, I have heard that when a wife deserts her husband's house, as I am doing now, he is legally freed from all obligations towards her. Here she is using husband's house. She has not termed it as home. In another statement she said, that's right, now it is all over. I have put the keys here. The maids know all about everything in the house, better than I do. Tomorrow, after I have left her, Christine will come here and pack up my own things that I brought with me from home. I will have them sent after me. Here in this complete statement, the two words have been used, one house and another home. He is using house for her husband's house, and this particular word home is used for the home of her father. These lines may be suggesting that she wants to break free from her doll's role, knowing that she is destined for much more. So here, discussing these two symbols that have been used here in the title of A Doll's House, we can say that it is an appropriate title indicative of the theme. Thank you.